Okay, thank you, Matt. Anyway, obviously very close game, and I think you look at shots on net, probably, and I haven't seen the summary yet, but the power plays, penalty kills, all pretty even there. So feel fortunate to move forward. Obviously, Tech is a great opponent. Mel's done a terrific job leading them towards the McNaughton Cup, and I congratulate them on that. And we feel fortunate to move forward. I'm proud of that and proud of our players.
Coach, there were 25 goals combined scored between the two teams in the regular season. Here you guys are 0-0. You knew it was going to take a special play one way or the other. Can you just talk about the play there with Andrew and Kenny?
Sure. Before that, and they might be better to answer because they'll know I'm a bit of a phony, because on the way down here I said I didn't see it. Why don't you walk me through it? So the reality is I never saw the goal. So it's hard to walk through it. But I can tell you, as the game went on, I thought there was numerous scoring chances throughout the game, and I thought both Phillips and our goaltender played very well, Darren Smith, and I thought they both had really good nights. I thought both teams' defense were solid, especially around the nets. But I did think, for a 1-0 game, if you look back, there was a lot of different chances and a lot of hold your breath moments. But in regards to that goal, I'll let the players walk you through that.
Kenny, this has to be a moment you live for. In a game like this, a moment like that, your thoughts on it?
Definitely. It was a good feeling. I thought our line was getting chances all night, and that one just happened to go in. Drew and Mackin were working good down low. I actually was up pretty high in the zone, and the puck went in the corner, and actually I could see that Drew had seen me before he even got to the puck, and just fed one to my stick, and I was lucky enough to get one on net. I think it was tipped by one of their defensemen, but it was just a good play overall.
Coach, can you talk about the play of Darren? He only played, I think, in 80 minutes against Michigan Tech this season. But for a youngster to come up big like he did tonight, can you just talk about his effort?
Sure. Well, the reason he'd only played a little bit of time was we had faced Tech our first 4 games in the WCHA, and that wasn't a league scheduling. That was an agreement with Mel and I to move some games around in order to free up some other scheduling opportunities. And so, at that point in the season, obviously Darren being a freshman didn't see a lot of time, but as the season's gone, he's played exceedingly well for us. And, there's a lot of similarities as I look at him to C.J. Mott in terms of personalities. And he's very calm, cool, collected, and he's really played well in the second half for us. There was a period of time when he went on an 8-game undefeated streak, but again, you would never know when you watch him whether we're up or down or if he lets one in. He is a cool customer, and I think that helps in some regards because it's very similar to how C.J. Mott was. And just as the season's gone on, he's gotten better and better. And I think earlier in the year I was concerned about his conditioning, to be honest, and his ability to go back-to-back nights. But as the season's gone on, that's improved, and it's Division I caliber now.
Kenny, can you take us a little bit through the mood of the team? At the point before the goal, you're facing a team that scored a ton, which you guys hadn't scored either until the third. What was your mindset then?
Right. I think we were all still pretty confident. I mean, they're a tough team. Like you said, there's a lot of goals scored between us, both in the regular season, but I think that a lot of their chances weren't even, grade A chances as we call it. A lot of them were from the outside or shots blocked. So I think we were all really confident, and after the goal, it raised our spirits a little bit, but I think we still played the same way, and that's kind of what we were trying to do the whole game.
For any of the players, you had a number of power play opportunities. What did they do right from there?
They're pretty aggressive, and they kind of settle back in. And I thought we created a little bit of momentum, which I think is big for power plays. Even if you don't score, creating a little bit of momentum for the team. And we didn't find a way to score tonight, but I think last week in our power play was clicking. We got a few huge goals that helped us out a lot. And even though we didn't score tonight, I felt like we did create some chances and some momentum to go our way.
Yeah, just to build off that, I think we moved it around quite a bit, but we didn't really find those shots on net that I think we're looking for. And moving forward, I think we continue to get power plays. If we can get pucks to the net more consistently, I think we're going to see some better bounces and end up bouncing in a couple power play goals moving forward.
Coach, on the other side of things, you guys only had 3 power plays tonight. I know you talked about discipline being a key thing heading into the game, and you didn't allow any power plays to be in the third period. But you think your team's discipline, especially in the third there? Well,
I thought it was very good. I thought the game, first of all, the environment, WCHA did a terrific job. That was a championship environment. Great crowd, both bands. And the reason I bring that up right now is because there's a lot of emotion. And then you throw in a championship type environment, and it's terrific, but you got to keep your emotions in check. And I give our players all the credit. And Michigan Tech, it was fiercely fought, and you sometimes I watched the first game from really high up between Bowling Green and Minnesota State, and I mentioned to Dave Senser, our strength coach, as we were watching, I said, from up here you never get the feel of the intensity that's actually on the ice. There's no way. And so on the bench, as a coach, you get to read certain nights where, okay, well, neither team's really into this, we're warming up to the task, but that wasn't the case tonight. It was hard fought, and I thought but it stayed between the lines, certainly for our team and theirs as well.
Bob, since you were talking about the intensity on the ice and the atmosphere, you guys were in this situation 2 years ago. Does it help that you were there, and is there anything that you can take from what happened 2 years ago that you can apply to tomorrow?
Well, it's a whole different animal than we were 2 years ago. 2 years ago, when we were going, as the season was wearing down, we had traveled extensively. It just seemed a lot in the second half. We were chasing the McNaughton Cup that year, so it was, this year we were chasing home ice, so we still had to play. But that year, there was a lot of pressure to drive home and win that McNaughton Cup. Then the week we were coming down here, we were very sick, and I'll never forget. We didn't really play very well, and we beat Anchorage in overtime, and I think we ran out of juice by the time we hit that second game. And this year we're in a better situation. We're healthier, and we didn't have quite the extensive travel that we had that year. But we do have a lot of veteran leadership, and the guys that have played in a lot of big games. For a lot, our juniors and seniors, this will be their second championship and shot at the Broadmoor. And we've also got guys that have been in regional finals, as well as one player that's been in an NCAA championship game in Simone Denis. So there's a lot of guys that have been through a lot of big hockey, and I think they kind of help the younger guys work their way through it.
Chad McDonald is one of those guys, and he didn't play in the third period. What's his status, and do you see any lineup changes for tomorrow? I
haven't got a read on Chad at all. I know they took him for x-rays, so I can't even comment because I don't know, and I don't want to say anything along those lines. So we just kind of wait and see. But we've got a couple guys waiting in the wings that really want to get out there. So hopefully Chad's all right and can play tomorrow. But if not, we'll have a couple other guys ready to roll.
How do you prepare for Minnesota State? Played them since early November, kind of like Tech, you didn't play them since early in the year.
That's a good question there too. In the fact that we faced them only twice this year, split at home. We have broke down already, obviously, 3 games prior to the game they played tonight. We'll watch video. I don't think there was anything we saw in that game earlier today that was new from what we've got already on tape. So it really won't be a lot. We just have to watch a little bit. And it's a pretty quick turnaround between now and tomorrow. So I don't want to overload anybody, our players. I think the key for us is we'll get here in the morning, show their power play, show some face-off alignments, and then more or less just kind of zero in on our game, make sure we're tight, and go from there.
Yeah, define Minnesota State, what type of team?
They're like a lot of teams in our league. They're very aggressive. First of all, they're well coached. They are extremely well coached. They've got firepower. They're a lot like Tech, where they've got depth in scoring. They've got a very good size and mobile defense core and good goaltending. But I thought all 4 teams coming down here all had the same thing. I think it's you see a lot of that, and so I don't think their style will be a lot different than what Michigan Tech plays. They're very good in the offensive zone. They're very good below the tops of the circles. They maintain puck possession well. They create good scoring opportunities along the goal line. So we'll have to, make sure we take care of the front of our net and we're heavy in our own zone.
Kenny, a question for you. When you played in the championship game a couple of years ago, lost, but still got into the NCAA tournament. The circumstances are a little bit different this year. We have to win, get in. Does that create, a different mindset going into tomorrow, or is it just all about tomorrow, or are any of those other thoughts NCAA tournament in your guys' minds?
Well, definitely. I think going in tomorrow, it just creates 2 championships to win. Tomorrow and getting into the NCAA tournament, and that's just our main goal. So you win and we get in the tournament, and really that's where we're at right now.
Paula knows over the years we just really worried about the league, and the NCAA will be icing on the cake, but really it would mean a lot. The conference means so much to us that's first and foremost, I would say, and then the rest would be gravy. Not that we wouldn't go forward trying to win it, but what I'm saying is we're driven here, and we're driven by the Broadmoor Cup.